Good morning, all of you. Our next topic that is dealing with the types of organic reactions. So far, you have seen the different types of species that will be attacking reagent, isn't it? And also the different types of bonds, that is bonds formed by homolysis as well, bonds broken by homolysis as well as heterolysis. Okay. And also you have gone through the types of reagents, electrophiles, nucleophiles and free radicals, and the different categories of electrophiles and nucleophiles as well. Okay. So next is coming to the types of organic reactions. You have to know what do you mean by a substrate. Okay. Substrate and an attacking reagent. See, usually organic compound, it will be having covalent bonds, isn't it? Usually it will be having carbon hydrogen bonds, and this carbon hydrogen bond, it will be a sigma bond. Okay. So while during the attack of a reagent or during the attack of a species, what happens? This bond will be broken up. Sometimes it can be the broken bond will be carbon hydrogen bond, or it can be a double bond, that is a sigma bond or a pi bond, isn't it? So here this bond will be broken during the attack of a reagent and the products will be formed. So here the reagent will be attacking an organic compound. Sometimes this organic compound, it can be an alkyl halide, or it can be a double bonded compound, or it can be a triple bonded compound, or it can be a C double bond or keto group, or it can be an aldehyde group. Aldehyde group, CH double bond O, aldehyde group, or it can be an acid group, isn't it? So all these species we can call it as a substrate. That means the reagent will be attacking on a substrate, or the reagent will be attacking on an organic compound, and the substrate means it is a carbon containing compound. See here, in all these compounds there are carbon, isn't it? So this substrate, it will be a carbon containing compound. So write down the point for substrate. A substrate, it will be a carbon containing compound, and also in while this reagent is attacking, this bond will be broken in the organic compound or in this substrate. The bonds will be broken up and new bonds will be formed in the substrate itself. Okay. Bonds will be broken in the substrate, then new bonds are formed in the substrate. Okay. So this carbon compounds, we can call it as the substrate. So generally we can write the reaction like this: a substrate plus an attacking species or an attacking reagent. Substrate plus an attacking reagent gives the products. Okay. So this is the general format for an organic chemistry reaction. Substrate plus attacking reagent giving the products. So next is the types of organic reactions. They are classified on the basis of the bondings present in this substrate molecule. The bonding present in substrate molecule, we can classify the organic reactions into 4 major types. Okay. So the first category, that is the substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. All these reactions you might have studied in your +2, right? Substitution reaction. Second one, that is the addition reaction. Substitution reaction, addition reaction. Then third one, that is the elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. And the fourth one, that is the rearrangement reaction. Substitution, addition, elimination, as well as the rearrangement reaction. So these are the different types of organic reactions. Then we have to go through one by one. And the first one, that is the substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. See here, in the case of substitution reaction, the term substitution means it is the replacement, isn't it? Substitution, the word itself means replacement. So one atom or a group of atom will be replaced by another atom or group of atoms. Okay, that is what is called as the substitution reaction. That means one atom or a group of atoms will be replaced by another atom or group of atoms. It is called as a substitution reaction, and the other name for substitution reaction, it is the displacement reaction. But generally we will be using this term, substitution reaction. Okay. So in the case of substitution reaction, one atom or group of atoms will be replaced by another atom or group of atoms. Another atom or group of atoms. See, for example, methane, CH4. Okay, methane plus chlorine molecule, Cl2. Chlorine molecule is Cl2, methane is CH4. Carbon satisfied by the 4 valencies of carbon are satisfied by 4 hydrogen atoms. In presence of ultraviolet light, see what happens is that one of the hydrogens, it is replaced by one of the chlorine atom. See here, this methane is the substrate here, isn't it? Methane molecule, it is the substrate, and chlorine molecule, it is the attacking reagent. See here, this chlorine, it will be attacking this position, or the chlorine will be replaced, hydrogen will be replaced by this chlorine atom, so that the product will be CH3Cl. CH3Cl plus HCl molecule. This hydrogen will be moving along with this chlorine atom. Okay, so here this hydrogen, it is replaced by this chlorine atom. So here we can say that this chlorine atom or this chlorine atom, it is the substituent. Chlorine atom is the substituent, and CH3Cl. What is CH3Cl? It is methyl chloride. CH3Cl is the substitution product. CH3Cl is the substitution product. Okay, so chlorine is the substituent here, and CH3Cl is the substitution product. Again, the substitution reactions, it can be classified into two types, that is based on the linkage present in the carbon atom. Okay, so substitution reaction means it is a substitution of one atom or group of atoms by another atom or group of atoms. And again, the substitution reaction, it is classified into two categories based on the linkage present in the particular carbon atom. Okay, so classification of substitution, classification based on the linkage of carbon. So the first classification, that is the substitution at saturated carbon atom. Substitution at saturated carbon. Saturated carbon means it will be having single bonds only. And the second category is the substitution at unsaturated carbon. Substitution at unsaturated carbon. Okay. Substitution at saturated and unsaturated. Unsaturation means it can be a substitution will be going on at a double bonded compound or a triple bonded compound. Okay. See, so this is the second classification. Then another important classification is that this is the classification based on the nature of attacking reagent. Nature of attacking reagent. See here, three categories are there. That is the electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic substitution reaction. Then the second one is nucleophilic substitution reaction. And the third one is free radical substitution reaction. So this is the classification based on the nature of attacking reagent, that is the electrophilic substitution reaction, nucleophilic, and then free radical. Okay. So you have to go in detail of these three categories: electrophilic, nucleophilic, as well as free radical substitution reaction. Okay. First one, that is the electrophilic substitution reaction. I am writing in short as electrophilic substitution reaction. You have to write in detail electrophilic substitution reaction. So here this is a substitution reaction, and also the substitution is done by this electrophile, isn't it? So electrophile we had seen in our last session. What is an electrophile? It is E plus, that is an atom or with or group of atom having a positive charge. That means it is an electron deficient species, isn't it? It's an electron deficient species. So electrophilic substitution means substitution reactions take that means the attacking species will be an electrophile, E plus. And also let us go through one of the example. For example, benzene C6H6. It's having 3 double bonds, alternate single and double bonds. Okay. Plus an electrophile. So here the electrophile is NO2 plus. Okay. So this NO2 plus, it is having a positive charge and it is electron deficient. So we can say that this is an electrophile. So this electrophile, it will be attacking at this position. Okay. All these positions are similar. So this NO2 plus can attack any of these 6 carbon atoms, right? So this NO2 plus, suppose it is attacking at this position. So at this position there is a hydrogen atom, isn't it? So this electrophile, it will be attacking to this position. So what happens is that this electron, this double bond will be shifted to one of the carbon atoms, so that one of the carbon will be getting a positive charge and one of the other carbon will be getting a negative charge, while this electron pair will be shifting, or the pi electron pair will be shifting. Okay, so what happens is that suppose this double bond, it will be shifting to this position. So what happens at this position, this carbon will be having a negative charge, this carbon will be having a positive charge if this double bond is shifting. Okay, I will be drawing the structure once again. So this double bond is shifting to this position. So here it will be having a negative charge, here it will be having a positive charge, while the attack of this NO2 plus. Okay. Then again in the next step, so already a hydrogen atom is present here, isn't it? So to this species, this NO2 plus, during the attack of NO2 plus, what happens? NO2 plus will be attacking this negatively charged carbon atom. Okay. Double bond. So this NO2 plus will be attacking this negatively charged carbon atom, and this hydrogen will be leaving this group without the electron pair. That means this electron pair, it will be donated to this ring, and hydrogen will be leaving as H plus. That means it is leaving without an electron pair, or hydrogen will be removed as an electron pair. So this NO2 plus will be attacking this position. So at this position NO2, then the electron pair, it is again shifted to this carbon atom. So here again it becomes a double bond, plus the hydrogen will be removed as eliminated as H plus. Okay. So this compound, it is nitrobenzene. So this is the electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay, nitrobenzene, and this is the electrophilic substitution. So here the attacking species is the electrophile. Okay. Then the next one, the second one is the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay. See here, the attacking species will be a nucleophile. Nucleophile means it will be having a negative charge. That means the attacking species is a nucleophile, or Nu minus. Let us go through an example. ethyl chloride CH3, CH2, Cl, ethyl chloride plus OH minus, ethyl chloride plus OH minus. See here, this is the nucleophile, OH minus. It is having a negative charge. So the attacking species is a nucleophile. This OH minus will be attacking this ethyl chloride, or this OH minus will substitute or will replace this chlorine. Okay, and this chlorine, it will be moving out from the compound along with the electron pair. That means while this OH minus is attacking to this compound, Cl will be eliminated as Cl minus. So the formed product will be CH3, CH2, OH plus one of the byproduct is Cl will be eliminated as Cl minus, or Cl will be moving outside with an electron pair. Okay. So this is the reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Attacking species is the OH minus, or attacking species is a nucleophile. Okay. Then the third one, that is the free radical substitution reaction. The third category of substitution, that is the free radical substitution reaction. Free radical substitution reaction. See here, what about the attacking species? The attacking species will be a free radical. Attacking species will be a free radical. Write down an example. CH3Cl. Methane. Okay. Methane. 4 hydrogen atoms. Plus the attacking species is a free radical. That means, for example, I am writing it as Cl2 molecule. Okay. See here, this carbon and hydrogen both are having somewhat very small electronegativity difference. Okay. Carbon and hydrogen has got very small electronegativity difference. So what happens is that here in the presence of UV light, this bond will be broken and the two electrons will be equally distributed between the two atoms, that is between these two carbon as well as hydrogen atoms. Okay, that means here what type of bond fission will be taking? Homolysis will be taking place. Homolytic bond fission will be taking place at this position. Okay, so this carbon will be getting 1 electron, hydrogen will be getting 1 electron after the homolysis. Here also, Cl, single bond Cl. Here also this homolysis will be taking place. That is, chlorine atom, one of the chlorine atom will be having 1 dot or 1 electron. For the second also, the case is the same. Okay, so that we can write it in the form of a free radical. Okay, so it will be becoming CH3 dot H dot plus Cl. Here it will be 2 Cl dots. So 1 Cl dot will be attacking. So here this free radical will be attacking this compound. So what happens? This hydrogen will be replaced by this chlorine free radical. So that CH3 dot Cl dot. Therefore a bond will be formed between these two. So the product will be CH3Cl plus H dot. Okay. So this is the free radical substitution reaction, and this in the case of free radical substitution, it will be taking place in several steps. It will not be stopping in a single step. That means 3 important steps are there: chain initiation, then propagation as well as terminations are there. So free radical substitution will go on. Okay, so these are the 3 types of substitution reactions. Then the second category, the major second type of organic reaction, that is the addition reaction. Addition reaction. See here, in the case of addition reaction, the addition will be taking place across a double bond or a triple bond. Okay, addition will be taking place across a double bond or a triple bond. That means addition reactions will be taking place in compounds having double or triple bonds. So across this double bond, see, double bond means one of the bond it is a sigma bond and the other bond will be a pi bond. Here in the case of a triple bond means Triple bond means one of the bond will be a sigma bond, then the other two bonds will be pi bonds. Or we can write it like this: 3 bonds. The middle one is sigma bond. This is another pi bond. This is another pi bond. Okay. So this addition reactions will be usually taking place in a double bond or a triple bonded compounds. Normally this double bond or triple bonded compounds are together called as unsaturated compounds, right? They are together called as unsaturated compounds. So this addition reactions will be taking place in unsaturated compounds. Okay, so here while the addition is going on, this double bond or triple bonded compounds will be converted to a single bonded compound, or it will be converted to saturated compounds. They will be converted to saturated compounds. Usually this double bond or triple bonds will be converted to a single bonded compound or saturated compounds. So such type of reactions we can call it as an addition reaction. Okay. So here the addition reaction, the definition for addition reaction is that atoms or groups were added across the unsaturated centers. Atoms or groups were added across the unsaturated centers. Across the unsaturated centers. Okay. And also one more point to be noted down is that, see here, the pi bonds are there, isn't it? In the two cases, for the unsaturated compounds, there will be pi bonds, and this pi bonds will be broken, and single bonds will be formed as a product. Single bonded compounds will be formed as a product. Single bonded compounds will be formed as a product. And also again, in the case of addition reactions, the hybridization state, normally this hybridization state will be converting from sp to sp2 and again sp2 to sp3. Hybridization will be changing from sp to sp2. Sp means it is for triple bonded compounds. So it will be converted to, in the first step, this triple bonded compounds will be converted to double bonded compounds, isn't it? So here sp means the triple bonded compounds will be having a hybridization sp. And this triple bonded compounds will be converted to double bonded compounds in the first step. That means sp to sp2. And again in the next step, this sp2, that is the double bonded compounds, it will be converted to single bonded compounds. Single bonded compounds, normally it will be having an sp3 hybridization. In general, we can say that. So the addition reactions, as a result of the addition reactions, this hybridization will be changing in such a manner, that is from sp to sp2, then sp2 to sp3. Okay. Then next is the different types of addition reactions. That is what we have seen in the case of substitution reaction. Similar to substitution, what are the three categories? That is the electrophilic addition reaction, second one nucleophilic addition reaction, and the third one, that is the free radical addition reaction. So these are the three types of addition reactions: electrophilic addition, nucleophilic addition, and the third one, that is the free radical addition. So here this classification, it is also based on the type of organic reagent attacking the substrate molecule. Okay. So first is electrophilic addition reactions. I am writing it as EA. You have to write it in full name. Okay. Electrophilic addition reactions. See example, CH2 double bond CH2. So this is an unsaturated compound, and this compound is ethene or ethylene. So this double bonded compound, one H plus will be attacking. Okay. So what happens is that while this see this attacking species, it is having a positive charge, therefore it is an electrophile. So we can say that this electrophilic addition reactions will be carrying out by the attack of an electrophile, isn't it? By the attack of an electrophile to an unsaturated compound, electrophilic addition reactions will be going on. Okay. So here, while this H plus is attacking this particular species, see what about the characteristic feature of this particular compound, CH2 double bond CH2. It is a symmetrical alkene. That means if we are cutting this bond at this position, or if we are keeping a mirror at this position, what happens? See, suppose we are keeping a mirror, consider this as a mirror. See, it will be having two equal halves, or it will be cut into two equal halves, isn't it? CH2, CH2. So this is a symmetrical alkene, isn't it? Symmetrical alkene, that means while we are cutting at this position, we will be having two equal halves, right? So while during the attack of an electrophile, this electron pair, this pi bond, it can either shift to this carbon atom or it can shift to this carbon atom. There will be no difference in that, isn't it? This electron pair, either it can move to this carbon atom or it can move to this carbon atom. Okay. So now I am writing it like this to the second carbon atom. So what happens during this electron shift? This carbon will be having a positive charge and this carbon will be getting a negative charge. Okay. So the compound will be CH2 plus single bond CH2 minus. Okay. Then again to this position H plus is attacking. So H plus will be going to this carbon atom with a negative charge. Okay. So this carbon will be getting this H plus. Okay. So this H plus will be moving to this carbon atom. So the compound will be CH2 plus single bond CH3. Okay. That is CH3 CH2 plus. Okay, CH3 CH2 plus means it is ethyl carbocation, isn't it? Ethyl carbocation. And again to this another nucleophile. Suppose HBr is the attacking species, then Br will be coming as Br minus. So this Br minus will be moving to this carbon atom, so that the compound becomes CH3 CH2 Br. Okay, CH3 CH2 Br. So this is the electrophilic addition reaction. So in the electrophilic addition reaction, the species which is attacking, it will be the electrophile. That means the electrophile will be adding in the first step. Then only the nucleophile will be adding to the substrate molecule. Okay. So that is about the electrophilic addition reaction. Then the next one, that is the nucleophilic addition reaction. I am writing it as Na. You have to write it completely. That is nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay. See here, in the case of nucleophilic addition reaction, the attacking species will be a nucleophile, Nu minus. Let us go through an example. For example, a ketone CH3, C double bond O, CH3. This is acetone CH3, CO, CH3. To this a nucleophile is attacking. So here the nucleophile is Cn minus. So while this nucleophile is attacking, what happens? This pi bond will be moving to the more electronegative carbon atom. The electron pair will be moving to the more electronegative electronegative oxygen atom. So this carbon will be getting a positive charge and oxygen will be getting a negative charge. Okay, the electron pair shift will be towards more electronegative atom. Here it is oxygen. So carbon will be getting positive and oxygen will be getting a negative charge. So since carbon will be having a positive charge, the Cn minus will be attacking this carbon atom. Okay. Okay. So I'll be writing the product like this: CH3. Then CH3, then single bond. See here, this electron pair is shifted. So one single bond O is there. Then what about the charge of oxygen atom? It will be negative, isn't it? It will be O minus. Then the Cn will be attacking this carbon atom. Okay. Then in the next step, one H plus, that is, suppose if HCN molecule is attacking this compound H plus and Cn minus, so since it is a nucleophilic addition, the Cn minus will be attacking this species first or the substrate first, then the remaining will be H plus, so the electrophile will be attacking in the second step. Okay, so this H plus will be moving to this oxygen, O minus. So the product will be like this: CH3, C, CH3, then OH, then Cn. Okay, so this is the nucleophilic addition reaction. See here, the nucleophile brings a pair of electron to this substrate molecule, isn't it? And here this substrate molecule, it is having a double bond, so the attacking position will be at the double bonded carbon atom. Okay, so the electron pair will be shifting towards the more electronegative oxygen atom, so that O will be getting a negative charge and carbon will be getting a positive charge. Since it is a nucleophilic addition, the first species to be attacked will be the nucleophile, Cn minus. So Cn minus will be attacking the positively charged carbon atom. Okay, then this Cn will be moving to this carbon atom, then O minus. Then in the next step, H plus will be attacking, so that O minus will become OH. So this is the final product. Okay, I think in your textbook one Cn minus is also written along with that, along with the product. It is not right. You have to delete that one. Okay, so this is the nucleophilic addition reaction. Hope you understand this one. Then the next reaction, that is the free radical addition reaction. Third one, free radical addition reaction. Free radical addition reaction. See here, in the case of free radical addition reaction, the attacking species will be a free radical. Free radical. For example, CH2 double bond CH2 plus HBr in presence of HBr and peroxide. Here also the double bond will be broken. So the product will be CH2 single bond CH2, here one dot. Okay, plus HBr. HBr also HBr will be also in the form of free radicals, HBr dot. So what happens? One of the hydrogen atom, since it is a symmetrical alkene, one of the hydrogen will be moving to one carbon atom, Br will be moving to another carbon atom. Okay, so that the product will be like this. One hydrogen will be moving to this carbon atom. That means this carbon becomes CH3. Okay, CH3 single bond, then CH2 Br. Bromine will be moving to this carbon atom. Okay, so CH3 CH2 Br. Okay, this is the free radical addition reaction. Just an addition of the two species, H dot and Br dot. Okay. Then the next one, the third category of reaction, that is the elimination reaction. The third category of organic reaction, that is the elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. See, elimination means it is the removal of an atom or a group of atom. Okay, elimination is the removal of an atom or a group of atoms. It is the elimination of an atom or a group of atoms, and also as a result of this elimination, what happens is that the formed product will be having a double bond or a triple bond. The resulting product will be having a double bond or a triple bond. So this is just the opposite of an addition reaction, isn't it? Addition reaction means a species will be added across a double bond or a triple bond, and here in the elimination reaction, after the removal, a double bonded or a triple bonded compound or an unsaturated compound will be formed as a product. Okay, so example for this elimination reaction, that is the dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration of alcohols. For example, CH3, CH2OH, that is ethyl alcohol. CH3 I am writing as it as CH2H. CH3, CH2OH in presence of H plus. Dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration means removal of water. Hydration means addition of water. Dehydration means removal of water. So here in the presence of an acid, so this dehydration, it will be taking place in the presence of an acid. Okay, so here in the presence of an acid, in presence of HCl, one molecule of water will be eliminated. Okay, so acid means it will be having a large amount of H plus ions. The H plus will be attacking this OH. Okay, so in the next step, what happens is that CH2H single bond CH2, here H plus will also be added across this particular group OH. So it becomes OH2 plus. Okay, the H plus will be added across this OH so that it becomes OH2 plus. Then in the next step, dehydration takes place. Dehydration means minus one molecule of water. Okay, so this OH2 or H2 will be eliminated so that this electron pair will be moving to this water molecule. That means it is electron deficient. So it will be taking this is the leaving group, and this leaving group will be taking along with the electron pair. Okay, so this electron pair will also be moving along with this water molecule, and it will be eliminated as water. That means this positive charge is neutralized by the presence of this electron pair. Okay, so what happens is that here some disequilibrium is developed, and as a result, see, this hydrogen will be removed as a proton, and so this electron pair will be shifted to this position, and the hydrogen will be eliminated as H plus. Okay, so this hydrogen will be eliminated as H plus in the next step. So in the second step, the product will be like this, CH2. While this water molecule is moving, we will be having CH2H, then CH2. Then again, this carbon will be having a positive charge. And in the next step, this positive charge has to be neutralized. So for that, this hydrogen will be eliminated as H plus, and this electron pair will be moving to this position. So the product will be CH2 double bond CH2. Okay, so this is the elimination reaction. This is the dehydration of alcohols. So in the first step, H plus will be added across this OH so that it becomes OH2 plus. In the next step, one molecule of water is eliminated so that this electron pair will also be taken along with this OH2, and the charge will be neutralized. So here it becomes CH2H single bond CH2 plus. Then again a rearrangement. This H plus will be removed and this electron pair will be shifting here. So this becomes CH2 double bond CH2. Then the next, another reaction, that is the dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides, that is the second example. These two are very important reactions in the case of elimination. This is an original reaction for the eliminations. Okay, so second example, dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation means D means removal of a hydrogen atom as well as a halogen atom. Okay, removal of hydrogen as well as halogen, that is what is called as dehydrohalogenation. Removal of hydrogen and halogen. Halogen, generally we will be representing it as X. Okay, removal of hydrogen and halogen atom, that is the word meaning, dehydrohalogenation. Again, we can write a halogen, not halogen, alkyl halide. Okay, so CH3 CH2Cl, alkyl chloride, ethyl chloride, isn't it? Ethyl chloride. So here I will be writing as CH2H. Okay, just splitting this hydrogens. Okay, that is CH3 CH2Cl. Okay, so to this species OH minus will be attacking. So this dehydrohalogenation will be taking place in the presence of a base. Okay, So base means it will be having OH minus. So this OH minus will be added across this hydrogen so that it becomes H2O, isn't it? It becomes H2O. So what happens is that this electron pair will be shifting to this position, and again this electron pair will be shifting to this chlorine atom. Okay, so this is the electron shift going on at this dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides. First of all, you have to write the ethyl chloride or the alkyl halide, that is CH3 CH2Cl. Then you have to split the first carbon atom and write it as HCH2 CH2Cl. Then the attacking species, it is OH minus, that is a nucleophile. So this nucleophile will be abstracting a proton. That is H plus will be removed, and it will be removed as water. Okay, so this hydrogen will be removed as water by combining this with OH minus. Then an electron pair is remaining. That electron pair, it will be moving to the next position, so that at this position there will be double bond will be formed. Then again this double bond or this electron pair will be moving along with Cl as Cl minus. So the product will be H2O plus, here it becomes CH2, electron pair is shifted to this position, so there a double bond, then CH2 plus Cl minus. Cl will be eliminated as Cl minus. Okay, so this is also another typical example for an elimination reaction. Okay, and also see here this elimination will be taking place from these two positions, that is the first carbon atom as well as the second carbon atom, isn't it? From the first carbon, hydrogen is eliminated. From the second carbon atom, chlorine is eliminated, right? First carbon, hydrogen, second carbon, chlorine is eliminated. So we can call it as 1,2 elimination. So this type of reaction we can call it as 1,2 elimination or beta elimination. 1,2 elimination or beta elimination. Okay. 1,2 elimination or beta elimination, that means the elimination, it is taking place between the adjacent carbon atoms. Elimination is taking place from the adjacent carbon atoms, or from 1-2 positions elimination is going on. Then I will be writing another example, that is CHCl3 in presence of OH minus. The third example, CHCl3, that is chloroform plus OH minus. What happens is that by the attack of this OH minus, hydrogen will be eliminated as H plus, that is water will be eliminated. Okay, hydrogen will be leaving as a proton. Okay, so here it becomes CCl, then again Cl. This carbon will be getting a negative charge and hydrogen will be removed as a proton. Then in the next step, 1Cl minus will be eliminated from this species. Okay, so that Cl minus will be eliminated means this Cl will be moving along with the electron pair. Okay, so in the next step, Cl, single bond C, Cl, then Cl, negative charge. Here from this 1Cl minus will be eliminated. That means this electron pair will be eliminated along with this chlorine. So the species becomes Cl, single bond C, then Cl. Okay, that means this electron pair will also be eliminated. So this here it has got a negative charge, isn't it? One negative charge is there. That means 2 electrons are there. So this species, it is called as dichlorocarbene. This is a highly reactive species and also highly unstable species. This compound, it is, or the species, it is dichlorocarbene. So here only one carbon atom is present, right? That is CHCl3. One proton is eliminated, or it will be removing as water molecule, so it becomes CCl3 negative. Okay, and in the next step, one Cl minus will be eliminated. So this electron pair will be eliminated as Cl minus. Then the 2 electrons will be remaining, so that it becomes CCl2, then 2 electrons. Okay, so it is dichlorocarbon. See here in this case, the removal, it is taking place from a single carbon atom, right? The removal of electrons, it is taking place from a single carbon atom. So we can call it as an alpha elimination or a 1-1 elimination. Alpha elimination or 1-1 elimination. That is, elimination is taking place from a single carbon atom. Elimination is taking place from a single carbon atom. So it is a alpha elimination or 1-1 elimination. Alpha or 1-1 elimination. So this is very important. Alpha elimination as well as beta elimination. Okay. Alpha elimination means the elimination will be taking place from the same carbon atom, but in the case of beta elimination, elimination is taking place from the adjacent carbon atoms. Okay, so this too, it is very, very important. Then the next is the rearrangement reaction that we can discuss in our next session. Okay, so you have to study all these 3 types of organic reactions, and usually it will be asked in section section B part or A part sometimes. Okay, sometimes you will be asked to write an example for an elimination or sometimes a definition. You have to study these definitions as well, and also along with that you have to write the example if you are asked for a B part question. Okay. So, thank you.